Hi, all. This is Dr. J coming to you live, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was good, but a little rain got in the way. Meanwhile, things look pretty good yet again on Wall Street, as the Dow managed to eke out a gain after being down for a good part of the day. A very nice turnaround. Apple, however, continued to be iffy in its performance, ending up down on the day. Amazon up on the day, Netflix down on the day. So it was a kind of mixed day for the FANG. How did Dr. J do today? Dr. J did pretty good because biotech was fairly good today. So most of my biotech stocks were up. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about the Dow. We're going to talk about my great call from the beginning of the week. We're going to talk about where I think the Dow is headed now. We're going to talk about the S&P 500, which is a little redundant to the Dow, but we'll take a look at it anyway. We're going to take a look at an interesting biotech called Viking Therapeutics, which I believe is due to break out. We're going to take a look at Kronos, the king of the Canadian pot stocks, the one that I own. That's what makes it king. It's also kind of not biotech, but they're looking for medicinal uses of cannabinoids, not just the cannabinoids that have already been extracted, but others. So they're using sophisticated techniques to extract the rarer cannabinoids. What else? We're going to look at Apple, Amazon, Netflix. Anything else I want to look at? I don't know. If there is, I'll figure it out with you later. But it is a late hour. It's 9:21, and it's past my bedtime. So I'm going to try to be brief, keep it to about 10 minutes. Probably if I talk fast, I can get it all in 10 minutes. I mean, if I talk slow, I'll talk every other line. I'm sometimes incomprehensible anyway, so what's the difference? If I talk every other line, you probably wouldn't notice. Does that make any sense? No, I didn't think so. But remember to do your own due diligence. Doctor opinions are strictly his own and do not constitute investment advice. Seek an investment advisor if you wish to follow any of my great ideas. Please subscribe to the video, to the channel. Please like the video. Please write comments. Please share the link. Let's get to the video charts without further ado. Good to see you all, by the way. All right, let's see. Share screen. I feel like I've made like a lot of friends doing this. All right. Let's look first at the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. What was my great call? Oh, yeah. On Monday and Tuesday, I said the Dow is going to, maybe even by the end of the week, take out the 11.8 highs. I think I made a mistake and called, instead of calling it November 8th, called it September 8th. I was thinking November, but said September. Does that ever happen to you? Probably not. I'm the only one it happens to. Anyway, it's the November 8th highs of 26,277. I said it would take it out either by the end of this week or sometime in the middle of next week. I think I see nothing but green, so my call was pretty damn good. All right, so it went up 600 points one day. Would have had to go up 600 points 2 more days in a row to take it out. I'm really not that good. I didn't really mean that. I meant we're going to have a big rally. How's that? Come on, give me credit. It was a fantastic call, whether or not we took that out. We will take it out next week. I'm convinced that the downside risk is at a minimum at this point, that we are in a wave 3 of something. In Elliott wave theory, you're always in wave 3 of something. Maybe we're in a wave 3 of a wave 5 of a wave 1 of who knows. But, it's not my concern. I don't care exactly where we are in the world of Elliott wave theory. But I am convinced that Elliott wave theory looks good here. ABC correction, a 1 wave up, an ABC correction to a 2 wave down, which ended before the beginning, which didn't violate the starting point of wave 1. And now we're into the most powerful wave, wave 3. So I fully expect this wave to take out the 11.8 highs, and maybe even take out this high as well, the 10.3 high of around 27,000. So I do think by the end of the third wave up here, when I say third wave up, when we take this out, I think we'll enter a wave 2, another wave 2, wave 4 down, and that might last for some time, take us back down halfway, and then we take it out. And then well, let's see, this would be a wave 3, could be 1 of 3, then a 2 down, then a 3 up, a 4 down. Yeah. So by the time the third wave ends, we will be somewhere around 28,500. Write it down. 28,500 by the time this wave ends. And then we get some kind of a big wave 4 down. And then we wind up with a big push over 30,000 before it's all over. My timing is not so good with Elliott wave. Probably it'll take 3-4 months for all of this to play out. So figure March, April might be time to think seriously about bailing or reducing position. I will let you know when I think when the Dow is over 30,000 and it's time to reduce our holdings. I hope I'll let you know at the right time. Because if I let you know at the right time, that means I'll let me know at the right time. And me is a very important person to me. No, you're very important to me as well. I'm just, everything I say is tongue in cheek. I just kid around a lot. I try to kid around a lot. All right, so the S&P 500. I made a similar call on the S&P, and the S&P had similar behavior to the Dow, if not better. So it's going to do the same thing. It's going to take out the high up here, or up here rather, and then it's going to probably pull back a little before it takes out the all-time high. Maybe this is going to end up above 3,000 somewhere. Hard to say exactly before the market corrects or enters a bear market. I do think a bear market is coming, if not a crash, but not yet. We could be 4 or 6 months away even. I will let you know when I think we're nearing a bear market. All right. Let's see now, Apple. Apple is one of my disappointing recent plays. I bought it at 200. I bought it at 192. I bought it at 189. And where is it? About 180. No, not even. 178.58 on the close. So yet another down day for Apple. Not thrilled, but it did put in what should be its low for a long time, I hope. I don't like it being down today. Apple seems to be in its own little bear market. So I wouldn't be shocked if it actually made another low. I would be extremely upset, but not shocked. So let's continue with taking a look at some of the others. Amazon. Amazon is much more pleasant for me to look at, considering I've made money on it, considering I still have a position in it, considering I'm going to make even more money on it. Okay, where do I think Amazon is going? It's going to take out this high on 11.8. It's going to do that maybe even before the Dow takes out its 11.8 high. Amazon has got a lot of Momo. So I expect this high to fall next week. I also expect the Dow to take out its high next week. I don't know what happens first. Maybe it's on the same day. And I expect Amazon to continue on to all-time highs above 2050. I don't know the exact timeline, but look at this beautiful V recovery off of the sell-off. Very nice. The sell-off was very sharp, about a 75-degree angle with the horizontal. But this is about a 60-degree angle with the horizontal. So it's almost equal. It's almost a perfect V. And we're going to get there real quick to this high. It's going to adhere to this trend line. It's got tremendous momentum. When Amazon rolls, Amazon rolls. Netflix, I made a nice call on Netflix. I wasn't even following it. I wasn't even paying much attention to Netflix. But one of my viewers wrote in a comment, could I please chart Netflix and give my opinion? So I did that on, let's see, I did it right here. And I said, look for Netflix to break out in the next 2 days. And sure enough, it did. It was coming to an apex of this triangle here, and something had to give. It looked like it was starting to form an upward trend line. So I said, why not call? My call is to the upside. It could have broke down, but my general thinking on the market is to the upside. So I figured Netflix, whatever you call it, Netscape, Netflix. I keep getting confused. Netscape, of course, was the first browser, web browser, for those of you who are a little bit older than 22. So anyway, Netflix did indeed follow what I said it would do, broke out, and it's possible it will pull back a little bit. I did say I don't like Netflix in the long term, but I do like it short term. It's possible on a pullback it could hit. This is a line of support now. So it could hit this line. If it does, look for it to bounce off of it and continue up. So might be a little pullback and then continue up, or it might go straight up, take out the 311. My thinking, if I had to guess, is that it's going to go straight up and take out the 311 and then pull back. So my thinking on Netflix. Kronos, the king of the pot stocks. It's more than a pot stock. It's really a medical stock looking to extract the goodies, the good stuff out of marijuana plant. Okay, so it hit the 50-day moving average today and kind of finished right at the 50-day moving average today. I generally don't pay much attention to the 50-day. It's there because kind of like scenery, but it did stop there. I expect it to continue to the upward trend line right here and maybe hug that for a while. Right now, I would say Kronos is in a zoom channel. If you look all the way back to right here, 1028, 1029, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 days in this channel and 3 days out of it. So it's been in this zoom channel, and it's going to continue, it looks like, zooming up along with the market. So I think this will take out this important high on 11.7 of about $10. So look for Kronos to break $10 probably at the end of next week, sometime around the end of next week. And then I'm looking for it to break this high from 10.16 of $13. So I think there's a lot of run left in Kronos. This is a difficult high because well, it's difficult because it's 30% move, but it also looks like a more important point of resistance than this. So let's see what happens. Let's see how the future goes for Kronos. What else? I wanted to look at VKTX. That was a special request again by Ben and by a few others that are in VKTX. It piqued my interest because it's coming to the end of a triangular pattern. And it looks very bullish because look at all this support going way back right at the 1023 mark. And it's hit that 1023 mark, bounced off it, and now has to break through this lower trend line. Which I mean, it's got to do one or the other. It's either got to go below this 1023 or above this trend line by the 7th of December. So that would be by the end of next week, right? Yeah. So by the end of next week, I expect Viking to be trading above the trend line. I don't know exactly where, but above the trend line. What might be support? This line right here might be support. Let's draw that horizontal line just to take a quick look at where I think resistance might be. All right, so resistance probably right about here. Well, that's the first line of resistance, right about here. That would be around 1232. Another dollar. We should have a little resistance there. And then probably some resistance right at this high. That high, I'll just say what it is. 1569. So resistance at 1232 and then 1569. I think Viking has potential to move up significantly, about 30 to 40% in the short term. I believe they're into a fatty liver drug that reduces LDL cholesterol. Okay, I don't know. I think fatty livers are not uncommon for those on statins. I think. Not an expert on the subject matter. Okay, so I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I know it wasn't a very long weekend report, weekend review. Normally I do a lengthier one, but as I said, I am tired. I gave you an idea of what I thought the Dow was going to do and what it actually did do and what I think it's going to continue to do. Apple, I'm not as bullish on as Amazon, but I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. So let me stop sharing screen because you're getting an infinity in front of you. So now you're getting a blank screen, better than that other garbage. Oh, there I am. Okay, we wouldn't want to disappoint everyone by not seeing the famed Dr. J at 11 from Long Island, New York. Hasta la vista till tomorrow, maybe? Who knows? I might come on over the weekend. Have a great weekend if not, but I might see you over the weekend. Ciao. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and share the link.